All right, good morning, good morning. Thank you all for coming out. I am Megan Pryor. I'm the apprenticeship coordinator for District 1, Operating Engineers, Local 3. I'm so excited to be supporting our mayor. Not only is she someone that looks like me, but we came from the same community. We both grew up in Fillmore, OC, and we also went to Rosa Parks. And so I'm also excited because she's also supporting City Bill, which I am a proud graduate of, Cycle 15, along with my apprentice that I brought along with me, Obsession Daily. And so being in this position that I'm in right now, thanks to the mayor supporting City Bill, supporting housing, supporting women in the trades like me and my upcoming apprentices, I'm supporting her. My union is supporting her. You all are supporting her. And we are so excited to be here. And I'm so excited to introduce my business manager, Dan Redding.
Thank you. My name is Dan Redding. I'm business manager of Operating Engineers Local 3, the largest single local in the country. And I'm proud to be part of the basic crafts, along with the laborers, carpenters, and OE. We represent well over 100,000 workers in Northern California. Our members build infrastructure, housing, freeways, parks, cities. And we are proud to stand up here and endorse Mayor for another 4 years going forward. When she came in, she had to challenge unprecedented times. The pandemic right out of the gate. And she showed what she was worth and what she stood for. She fought with us to keep construction essential and keep our members working. That not only got our members through the pandemic, kept their families fed and going, but it also encouraged them to support the economy with money going into it. Like always, whenever there's a disaster, a pandemic, anything, it's construction that leads the way. It's construction that takes the first step. It's construction that builds the economy and the cities back to where they need to be. And she has been a champion of construction and the working class ever since she's been in office. And along with myself, the basic crafts, which is the operators, the carpenters, and the laborers, we wholeheartedly support and recommend 4 more years. With her leadership, San Francisco is the engine that drives Northern California. The basic crafts, the carpenters, the laborers, and the operators is what drives the construction industry in Northern California. So, we need her type of leadership that will continue. As the pre-pandemic is over, we're getting back to normal work. We need leaders that will continue to push for what's right, push for construction, push for labor union jobs in this Northern California. And London Bree is that person. And with myself and all the basic crafts, I encourage everybody, 4 more years of London Bree, 4 more years of the mayor. Yeah.
4 more years. 4 more years.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
4 more years. 4 more years. 4 more years. 4 more years.
And with that, it's my pleasure to introduce Ramon with the laborers to talk a little bit more of why we need to keep her in office. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here, brothers and sisters, with the carpenters, operators, engineers, and labor. We always be behind the mayor when they help us. She not forget the disadvantaged people ever. She always be with us. She always will be. And look at the color she wear now. That's orange. She really bleed orange with us. So that's a great deal. I mean, they can say she's with the labor. And on behalf of the Local 261, we represent City and County, San Francisco, San Mateo, and Marin, and Northern California District Council of Labor. We're going to back up her 300%. Whatever it takes, whatever we got to do to make her win, and she has to win. Make sure everybody Vote. Tell your family. Tell your friends. Tell anybody to vote for her, please. With that, I introduce Jay Brecha for the Carpenters.
Get him, Jay!
Thanks, man.
Get him, Jay!
Good morning, brothers and sisters, allies and friends. I'm so honored to be here today. I'm honored to serve as the executive officer for the NorCal Carpenters Union, and I'm a proud member and journeyed out of Carpenters Local 22 in San Francisco. And we are 100% in with our mayor. Let me hear from you. I would be remiss to not recognize what I'm going to call the new Basic Crafts Alliance. Always been solidarity in the three main crafts that drive construction, drive solutions, drive and fight for all workers' rights. But now it's a whole new level. We just had an action like this in Modesto, and we're bringing it to San Francisco, and the Basic Crafts will set the pattern moving forward. And a huge part of that is having political allies and real elected leaders that support us. That's why we're here for Mayor London Breed. Are you with me? It's no secret that there's immense challenges facing the state of California, immense challenges facing our great city of San Francisco. For all residents, for all communities, focus on, and also brag a bit more on our mayor, is that when you look at the challenges facing the working class, for those that are left in our city, and the working class throughout the Bay, because it's no secret that San Francisco leads the Bay and then leads the state of California. The challenges for the working class have never been tougher in our lifetimes.
Yes.
Housing is unreachable.
Yes.
The lack of economic security and the lack of ability to build family security, family wealth, family health, and to take care of our children. Childcare is unreachable. The healthcare establishment is tipping over, and it's trying to take the working class with it. Key to that is to speak for and fight for all workers, to not be divided, to not be factionalized, but to come together and bring real solutions, to stand as leaders, to have leaders represent us. And when they're in a fight, we have to be shoulder to shoulder with them and bring the best that we have. It is crucial that California turns a corner. It is just as crucial that San Francisco builds on the great work London Breed has done for our city, but to also go to the next level. We have to have a mindset of pulling up those who are treated the worst in our society. We have to pull up underserved communities. We have to pull up all races as one to fight. Literally, one of the oldest slogans in the labor movement is an injury to one is an injury to all. And I am proud to say that our mayor not only says that, not only understands that, but I'm talking about nearly 20 years of knowing London Breed, lives it, fights for it, collaborates with us to get that done. But remember, this is not just an election. This is going to be a mandate to go to a new level, to bring further power and voice to those who are left out and to those in labor. And I can speak for the organizations right here, right now, to say the Basic Crafts welcomes all workers. And if you stand up and fight for what's right, you have a friend in the Basic Crafts Alliance. And just like I just said, Mayor Breed, you can count on us to stand with you and fight every hour of every day until we get you win in that election. It is my great, great honor to introduce a true friend, a true leader, and basically, if I may say it, someone who doesn't back up from a fight and knows how to win a fight, Mayor London Breed.
All right, all right. How's labor doing this morning? Now, what
what wasn't said when it was mentioned that we grew up in OC, that's the Out of Control Projects in San Francisco. And we grew up fighting. Fighting was just what we did. Now, back then, I fought with my fist. And now I fight with my mouth. With the words that I say, but also with the deeds. And what it is that I stand for. From the very beginning, I have not deviated from that. Because I grew up in this city in poverty. And one of the things I wanted more than anything else is to make sure that people who grow up in this city, this expensive city, have an opportunity to not only build it, but have an opportunity to live here, to raise their families here. That is what I've been fighting for from day one. So when we talk about housing, when we talk about how this city has not been as aggressive as it should in terms of building all housing, not just affordable, all housing, which then in turns makes it possible for different levels. Not that you need to apply to get into housing, but you can say, I want this place, I want to live here, I want to raise my family. That's what this fight is about, and that's why I'm on the right side of history, working hand in hand with the carpenters to get the job done for all San Franciscans. But it's not just about housing. And just the last election, we worked hand in hand with the operating engineers to pass Proposition L to make sure that we are investing in our streets and our infrastructure, not just for the workers, but as we improve the conditions of the city, as we build more housing, having the ability to get around more efficiently and safely is a critical part of the work that we need to do. It goes hand in hand. And my mama was a member of Local 261. And I'm glad that didn't stop them from supporting me. Because my mom is a beast, man. She didn't let up on nothing. Ramon's like, it's okay, London, it's okay. And when you talk about what is happening, even across the street with the workers in the city and county of San Francisco, you talk about the streets, you talk about the parks, you talk about the infrastructure, you talk about the emergency workers that were out there during a pandemic when we didn't even know the impacts of COVID. That was our laborers of Local 261. And I am proud that when other cities were laying off people, we kept all of our employees intact. I am proud that when other places were reducing wages, we gave one of the highest raises of employees in the city and county of San Francisco, 2.8% above API. I was proud of the work we did to show our workforce how much we support them and how when we got the money, we need to invest in them. But there are some people who might have amnesia. And they forget what we've already had to go through. What we did during a global pandemic when none of us could have anticipated and how we were able to save lives. They forget that the people right here on the front lines, when I had to fight to get those construction jobs going during the pandemic, how people still showed up and put their lives on the line to ensure that they were not only working, but we were getting the much needed housing built in this city. People put their lives on the line to help us get through that pandemic. And now the city has changed. No, we are not going to be what we were before a global pandemic. But you know what? We're going to be better. We're going to be better. Because we are not going to be afraid to build more housing. We are not going to be afraid to deconstruct the policies that have impacted our ability to do so. We are not going to be afraid to make the hard decisions. We are not going to be afraid to invest in our workforce. We are not going to be afraid, and we are not going to stand down for a fight. Now, I am honored to have this endorsement from the Crafts Alliance. Because when I first got into office, the first thing I said I would do is a project labor agreement. And I stood to my word, and you know what? The carpenters kept their word too. And we're a part of the solution. And I appreciate that. But we know that there's more work that needs to be done. And we know that when we work together, we are stronger for it. We know that when we push the envelope and we are aggressive, we can get more housing. Can you believe that there are over 50,000 units that have been approved to be developed in San Francisco, and we are still moving like a turtle? And we got all these workers right here that should be already working, that should be doing the work necessary. There are some projects that have been approved even before I was mayor. And that is a problem. And that is what I'm fighting for. That's why I'm tearing down bureaucracy. That is why I'm getting rid of all of the obstruction. That's why it's important to make sure that when we do anything, whether it's ballot measures, whether it's policy, that we are clear that we support a prevailing wage in the city and county of San Francisco. And to be clear, these are not new words coming from me. This is what I have always stood for. Whether on the board of supervisors or mayor of the city, I will not deviate. I will not stop fighting for labor. I will not stop fighting to make sure that we are doing everything we can to get you all to work, to make sure that you are able to support your families, to make sure that you have opportunities, and then through our apprenticeship programs that we have done for gardeners, that we have done for laborers and other people, regardless of what their past history is. We have opened through our apprenticeship agreements new doors of opportunities to women, to minorities, to other people who may not have even had the opportunity to be a part of labor. They are a part of labor now. We can't stop. We won't stop. This is only just the beginning. And this campaign this year, whether it's ballot measures, supervisors, or mayor, it is going to be a critical one where we will decide what kind of future we want to be. Do we go backwards? Do we want to do on-the-job training for people who never even worked for the city a day in their lives and don't know what to do from day one? We don't have time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. We got work to do. And we are seeing the momentum. We're seeing the change in San Francisco. And we're seeing it because of our workforce. We're seeing it because everybody is coming together in order to focus on solutions. It's easy to criticize. It is easy to tear somebody and something down. It is easy for people to talk mess about San Francisco. But you know what they aren't doing? They're talking mess. They're not rolling up their sleeves and getting to work. They're not backing up all that mess with solutions. This alliance represents solutions. This alliance represents a new day for the work that we have done and will continue to do to ensure that we change our city for the better. Are we where we want to be? No. But let me tell you something. We're a lot better than we have been in a really, really long time. And I am so proud of the works that we are doing to make our park system extraordinary, to make our libraries amazing, to clean our streets, to get people housed, to make sure we are building housing and doing everything we can to get our city to a place that we know we all, as members of the city, whether we work here, live here, that we deserve. So I'm going to need your help. I'm going to need your help between now and November We are going to be the ones sending that strong message across San Francisco. I want 4 more years to get the job done. 4 more years.
4 more years. 4 more years. 4 more years. 4 more years. 4 more years. 4 more years.
So thank you to the Basic Craft Alliance for your endorsement, whether it's our operating engineers, our carpenters, our laborers, the people who are on the ground getting the job done. Let's make magic happen in 2024.
All right, everybody, on 3, let's go London. 1, 2, 3.
Let's go, London!
Not the city, me.